Hello, good morning, everybody. We're on again. Decided to have a quick short stream, quick update on everything. So let's get started here. Give me a moment. All right, so gold. We had that 1680 level mark from last week, if anybody remembers that. Being honest, Rob got buys here yesterday morning. I think it dropped, and then around like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it started to push up. That's around like New York lunchtime. But after that, you can see it just been on a steady tear upwards. Daily's gone strong bullish. So I feel like there's a lot of buy orders at that 1680 level. And even when you go to the 4 hour, yeah, it's just pushing up nicely right now. It's breaking that downtrend. So that's some good sign right there. I got some out. It's 17 area. So I got some out here, but that was a quick trade we had here to here, and I feel like that was good. I saw it open at the resistance, and I was like, I mean, that's all the trade you really need. You have to plan that out, and that's still like a 300 plus pip trade, right? That's a fat fucking move right there. Just be patient with it, plan it out, and execute. I think that's exactly what we did there, which is nice. So that move in itself is like good enough for the week, but I mean, still early on. With this house money though, I came on stream just for the fact that I feel like we're gonna get a bullish move in the indices. Question is, can we sustain the momentum? I think we're gonna stall out at this point. I just look at it. I got some out at like 1716, 1717 area. I got like 75% out. I think I messaged you on Instagram too. But we have all this heavy traffic right here. This is what I'm looking at for this area. That's why I got it out. I'm like, it 7 o'clock opened, it tapped into here, and then it just started to sell off. So with that sell off, I'm like, I think it's just gonna stall here maybe now. I have a small position left for a runner, but at the end of the day, man, you got it at 77. I got it at 80. That's a 400 pip move for you, and that's like a 370 pip move for me. I'm like, that's a great move right there. So I got some out. Yeah, I mean, for it to break this level though, I think it needs a catalyst or some heavy news or some heavy buys going into it. Because we see all this right here, it's just tapped into here, and I'm sure you said that was a big 4 hour resistance as well. On the hour, it looks even crazier for that resistance level, and that was right before it dropped all the way to 1680. So I think that might be it for the momentum. That was some strong momentum that carried from Asian session though. That was a great trade. I do think we're gonna have strength in the indices though, and I do want to see if I could get on a long position here, maybe buy the dip or something, but we'll see. It is very choppy. Yeah, it's kind of choppy on the indices, but if it does start pumping up, I'll be on it for sure. Keep an eye on it. The US 10-year seems like that 1.60 level was at the top end of the bullish move. Yeah, we have no lower wick on the 4 hour too. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? So we've reached this heavy 4 hour resistance, 1 hour resistance, and we have no lower wick on anything. So just considering that, I feel like this is probably going to pump down a bit. If not this hour, the next hour, because I do see it at New York Open carry the volume into the resistance and then kind of push down at 8 o'clock, which is I think 3 o'clock your time. But we'll see. This area here, this resistance level, I think that's probably going to hold for today. Look at the other pairs, Euro USD. One of my buddies actually got Euro USD yesterday. I think he longed it at like 118.50. That was a good trade for him. Wow, pound Japan just fucking killing it. Holy. Yeah, I saw some video about mounting shorts on the 10-year. I mean, I could see that. I've seen one where it's like it's gone pretty parabolic. But after this huge drop, I mean, you were expecting something, right? Now it's back pre-pandemic levels. But I do think this might be the level where it starts going down again eventually here, but we'll see. Maybe start switching some sentiment in the cycle. Dollar looking weak right now. Yeah, dollar is looking pretty weak. That's good though. That's good for gold and everything. Honestly, this big range we're in right now on the dollar, on the weekly anyways, if it does hypothetically break the lower end right here, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a huge devaluation of the dollar. That's when you buy the shit out of everything else, really. That's gonna be like Obama levels, but we might also be stuck in this little weekly range that we got going. That's what it seems like. Right now on the short term, it does seem pretty weak. Does seem like it's gonna have a mini retracement. And plus with stimulus and the amount of money they're pumping out in the markets right now, man, I feel like the dollar is gonna continue lower. That just devalues the dollar. You just pump money, devalue the dollar, create more inflation, that erodes the dollar's value. And it just causes mayhem at the end of the day. See the market open. Yeah, right here, I think we're gonna get like a pump to like 17, 18, and then we're gonna sell off. That's what I'm thinking for the market open. Biden signed yet? I don't know actually. Let me look. Stimulus bill. Yeah, I think he did sign it. I think he signed it. If he didn't sign it yet, I think he's gonna sign it today. That's what it sounds like. But it should pump up the economy. indices are pumping. Yeah, this is pumping too. I'm gonna see how it reacts around that resistance level, and depending on that, I may keep a little bit or get some out. Yeah, there we go. The indices. I think he has to. So has to. Latest I heard was a house passing it 14 hours ago. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I remember it got passed through Senate and had to go through House again to get passed again. And then after that, Biden will sign it. It'll get through no matter what, though. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get done with. I mean, it's overdue. They talked about this shit like months ago. Wow, that thing is ripping. Good for gold. I'm gonna see how it reacts around this area now. Heavy resistance here. $17.23. Man, let's hope it gets to $17.23. I wonder if there's a rocket here. Hour. Refs. Yeah, here's a rocket, man. Taking off. 17.23. See, the rocket was down here. Just been pumping up. There we go. Nice little rocket ship to pump up. It's gonna be, honestly, man, I do think it'll be tough to get past this area here. This huge area. All those orders and stuff, that'll be interesting how it reacts. Ooh, 17.20. Close one more position. Nice. It's looking good. I think it'll create an upper wick. That's what it's looking like. But indices seem pretty strong right now too. Indices are kind of pumping at the moment. US 100. Not really, actually. US 30 is the only. US 100 was pumping. I was just looking at the numbers because you put one TP at 23.3. All right. I can see that. I'm leaving on the 30-minute, but it really depends, I guess, on how the 8 o'clock opens or how the next hour opens. actually how this one closes too, but this one is going above the previous 30-minute wick, which is nice. That's a good indicator. 1739. You might get 1 TP at your 1960 level. That's the level you've been having a war with way back then. I think it was 1960. Yeah, that was your level of attrition, 1960. That area. Crazy how far we've come since then. Yeah, that's the one thing I was afraid of up here, is something like this happening. We just gotta wait for it. Yeah, it's your revenge level. So January 6th killed you. Yeah, that was the biggest fake out. Literally went up there and then just crashed from that level. Literally over like 3 months, crashed almost 3,000 pips from that level. I wanted to enter a long on NASDAQ, but I figured it would do the same shit it's been doing, where it just like pumps up and then starts to sell off. That's one thing I was worried about on this. So I'm kind of glad I didn't enter it on for today. Although we'll see if the 5-minute does create a green candlestick. Maybe I'll try an entry price there. But it seems like everything is retracing now. Close off this open here. Yep, I think that was it. Trust that resistance. Wow. Wow, look at that reversal, eh? That's insane. US 30 just starts to pump up like that. Is this actually gonna go for a new high? No way. That's crazy. 30 minutes looking good too. 5 minute. The US 30 looks clean. I'm gonna try buys here actually. With the bullish momentum and considering how this hour opened and how it's turning out with that nice little liquidity grab and the push up that we're having right now, I'm actually going to take a buy at this level. I took it at 31,960. And I'm going to put a stop right below the lows at 31,870. I'm going to see if it could break the upper end of the range and potentially test the previous highs. I just want to see something on US 30. It's been more clean than NASDAQ. NASDAQ's been pretty trash, if I had to say so. Because I was looking at this compared to like NASDAQ. NASDAQ just looks, it's doing the same thing. I feel like tech is just doing very bad. But the US 30 is looking like it's about to pop up to new highs. Literally, if it breaks above this resistance area, we're going to retest the highs up here. Might move this down a little bit to 32,100. But I do feel like I'm gonna move TP here too. You're trailing buys US 30 on a demo just to see what the lots are like. Fair enough. It's standards are 1 lot. I think on my broker you can't go less than 1 lot. As like every dollar on a lot is $1. Easiest way to say it, I guess. Every dollar is $1. You're using 0.5? No way. That's sick. My broker, we can't even do 0.5 with indices. It's just 1 lot minimum. Do feel like we're gonna get the break here. We'll see. Yeah, it was like that before on your MT4. That's why you haven't traded US30 before, because it's so highly priced. Yeah, I could see why. Because it does move pretty quick too, right? Like, I mean, if you enter, you could literally be onside or offside 10, 20 pips pretty quickly, and it moves pretty volatile too. So definitely see that there. Damn, this thing actually did pump up. This is the move I wanted. That's why the US 500 and the US 100, NASDAQ and the SPY, I think are arguably a little bit better to trade. I just felt like the US 30 looked a lot more cleaner personally, but obviously it hit that resistance level too, so we'll see. Ooh, gold's pumping up too. That's nice. Good to see everything pumping up. Has been way stronger is 30 than the others this week. Yeah, in general the US 30 has been stronger than the other two this week. I don't know what's up with that, but I mean, I ain't complaining. I'm pretty happy with that. I just don't I just never really got it. I mean, NASDAQ did shoot up like that. That's a pretty nice pump we saw in it. See how that turns out. I like how the 30 is closing at least on this. I feel like the 8 o'clock we might get like a little sell and then a push up, but we'll see. Obviously keeping stops where it is, just testing it out. I like how this chart, actually, yeah, this chart did pump up pretty nice. I can't complain on it. Even if you had a buy here, that's still like $70. That's a good buy. And the US 500 too, that chart looks clean. I do like how this one, how this chart looks too. I think we're gonna break above the previous high that we had here, or that resistance level at 32,000. But we'll see. US 500 looking good too. Yeah, it's looking good. I think all the indices are primed for a nice little pump up. Looking at that US 500, and that's a nice move it's having right now. Need the dollar to dump. Still could see that dollar dumping. I mean, I'm happy the US 100 and US 500 are pumping up right now. Should carry everything. And the US 30 should carry it up too. I'll be right back real quick. Thing is, it's so rare that it just grips from the first direction from open. They usually shoot one way than the other. Yeah. I see that all the time now, especially since we're at like the highs and there's a lot of uncertainty going on. It usually does shoot one way than the other, but I think with stimulus coming in, money being pumped in the markets, I feel like that might be better for the markets. So I was thinking it might have a pump up today. I woke up with that whole theory that it have a pump up, kind of like Bitcoin having a huge pump up. Holy fuck, I just saw this number, 54,000. Definitely buy the dip on Bitcoin. Goddamn. That's nuts. But I did feel like with everything going on, stimulus, more optimism in the markets, the economy's reopening, that the short term news would pump the indices up. Obviously, we haven't seen it yet, but I think it will. There we go. We're getting a pump up. I like how NASDAQ moved too. We're getting that end of the hour pump up. I like that. I think this should continue into 8 o'clock for sure. Yeah, it's finally nice to have that stim power back. The next time I think gold will come down is when fear again and the indices slide once all the stimulus is gone. Yeah, I think the next time, here's what I'm thinking for gold. I mean, I was on it last night trying to think of like certain possibilities, what if scenarios, like how can it really move? I think this is the low. I think this 1680 level is the low. I feel like for the rest of the week, we might just kind of range in here. And then to open up next week, I feel like we might get a little retest of like 1690 and push up something like that into next week. That's what I'm personally thinking. I do feel like the 1680 level is the low. And usually when you reach something like this, you're going to retest it. I don't think I don't think gold will slide down anymore. This might be the lows for it, but we'll see. I think the stimulus power is coming back into it. And in reality, there should be fear just because of the inflation going on, the erosion of the US dollar, etc. But when you really look at it, with the economy opening up, vaccines rolling out, stimulus coming in, jobs being created, like I was reading a report that the jobs by the end of the year, the unemployment rate could be about 4% in the United States. So with all that coming in, I don't see a lot of fear going into it with the indices sliding and the gold coming down, but you never know, right? Fuck. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Obviously, I'm a gold bull. I want gold to go to like 2,500 within the 2 years. That'd be ideal. So the bubble will never burst. No, the bubble will burst. I think it. I don't know, man. I don't know. We could always say it's in a bubble. We could always say that that's always going up. But over the years, what I've learned is every time we say we're in a bubble, it doesn't really pop unless there's like a big ass catalyst for it. Like last year, it popped. I don't know if it was a bubble, but either way, the markets were going to new all-time highs when it really didn't make sense. And then yeah, coronavirus come in, and then boom, market crashed. But now with all the money being poured into it, all the debt rising, inflation going up, I feel like there is gonna be another bubble that bursts. I can't pinpoint when. um, I think it might happen like second half of this year. You might see a big, massive correction for it. But in the short term, at least, there's a lot of optimism going into the market with jobs being created, stimulus package, vaccine rollouts, etc. I really don't see it being the bubble being popped or it going down unless, like you said, there's fear or, in my opinion, a catalyst that'll push it down. We'll see though. Anything can happen. I could be wrong, right? I'm ready for a bubble. Fuck, give me that correction. I'd short the shit out of the indices. Let me buy gold at 1600, hold it long term. I'd be down for that too. But one thing I also find pretty interesting is like the more social media and YouTube I listen to, like Keiko or Peter Scheif, that guy's Pablo. Most of them are calling for a bubble to burst eventually this year and a big ass correction to happen. So I am keeping an eye out on that. I don't want to keep my full bias on that. Like, yeah, the world's gonna end. There's gonna be a bubble, etc. Because right now I'm looking in the short term, and maybe in the future, a couple months down the line, yeah, there could be a bubble that bursts, fear kick in, etc. But in the short term, right now, I think like 1 in every 3 Americans have been vaccinated. So it's only problem the stocks take gold with them. Getting into trading Euro USD in London, usually some good entries to be had if I'm up at like 6, 7 a.m. Yeah, I think stocks and gold have been moving pretty relatively same direction, which is good. So that's one thing I've been liking with that. We'll see how it turns out. Never really know. Euro USD is nice. If you do get a good entry, it does have that move where you can just hold it. I've seen that consistently on Euro USD. Remember we talked about that last week too, about that trade possibility on Euro USD. Yeah, we'll see. Look at gold though. Gold hit that resistance to a T. It's just chilling there. I might have to get out most of it. Yeah, the old economists he has on the show are like calling for a big correction. Yeah, they all are, man. They all are. They're like, the bubble's gonna burst, see a 40% correction, 20%, etc. I'm just like, interesting, but yeah, I think of the other possibilities too. We get a red Daily on the deck on the Dixie. That's the first time in a while. Strong bearish, fully engulfing. We'll be looking for Euro USD buys in the morning. Let's look at the dollar. Yeah, that is pretty engulfing. I mean, we still have a few hours till it fully closes, but I do think you're right. I do think we're gonna get a pullback on the dollar index. So that long on Euro might happen during London session, because even when you look at the daily with this bullish candle, next daily candle, you might get a little wick down and then have a push up to the next level. So yeah, I do agree with those buys. I think you just need that push down first and then you get that push upwards. So I could see that happening for sure. I think on everything we've reached its highs for the day, didn't we? Will this even break out? Like, fuck. Because if the dollar does continue to head down, the DXY, this thing will pump up even more. Could see that downtrend. I mean, that down channel's still there, but overall it is kind of breaking. I feel like the US 10-year is going to correct too. That move upwards was pretty parabolic, just continual upwards momentum. I think it to pre-pandemic levels. I think it'll go down maybe. Who knows? It's interesting to look at. GJ been battling with this level all day. GJ's been on a tear though. It's a nice momentum upwards. Has been battling with this resistance level. Yeah, it has. I mean, the only pump up you had was at 6 o'clock for about 28 pips. Asian session too. Asian session, you got that pump up. I think for most pairs, it's kind of exhausted its moves. That's what it's looking like at the moment. Let's see something on the 1 minute here. That 1 minute formation, that was nice on NASDAQ. Should have paid more attention to that compared to the US 30. Yeah, that YouTuber charting silver, he was talking about lots of shorts mounting up on that 10-year yields. Definitely could see that. I don't look at the 1 minute there, but I could see a lot of shorts piling up here. I do think it might have that lower momentum move back down to like 120, 130 area at least. Because you've had this nice parabolic rip up followed by really nothing at the moment. I'm gonna get this out actually. I'm gonna exit it. Got done with the trade. You gotta stick with the NASDAQ there, but fuck it. Yo, honest Rob, I think I'm out though. I gotta go enjoy the day. Pretty busy starting at 9 and stuff. But I'll be on earlier tomorrow. I think I was feeling under the weather over the past few days. I went out for a winter hike, snow-filled hike on the Saturday. Just been chilling since then. So. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Beautiful gold trade for both of us. You had it 77, I had it like 80s, and we both got out near the top of this momentum move. One day, 300 plus pips. I think that's a pretty good trade. Um, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll be on tomorrow earlier. Uh, but yeah, have a good day. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the day.